Hello Hex Kittens, welcome back to my channel. This week in drag we are going to cover the debut of Drag Race Germany, the episode 2 of Drag Race Brazil, what happened on Down Under, and then also a couple new gigs that some of our Rue girls have had. Before we get started, please subscribe to my channel, like this video. Another way you can support this channel and help it keep growing is by going to AlexisHex.redbubble.com. Pick up some merch that all helps keep things going and moving smoothly. You also can support this channel by tipping on Venmo or Cash App. All of those will be linked down here. And it all helps and is much appreciated to help bring more fun Drag Race content and other Drag Elite content as well. But anyway, let's get on with it. So starting off with just some fun little news, it looks like Willem has been cast in Titanic, the Titanic parody show, off-Broadway show. So that's awesome. You love to see Willem get to do some stuff and get to really use her acting chops. And, you know, who doesn't love Willem and wants to see her do more stuff? I would love to go see that. So hopefully I can get a chance to go and see that when she's in it. But I was like, how wonderful for her. I was so excited to see that. Also, new casting for the new season of We're Here. We already knew that it was going to have Priyanka, Sasha Velour, and Jada Essence Hall as the three main queens doing this new season. But they're adding a fourth queen. And it is none other than Latrice Royale. I am so excited because I'm a big fan of We're Here, and I was really excited about this new cast. But adding Latrice is just the cherry on top. I'm wondering if it's going to be all four of them at a time, or like one switches out here and there for an episode, if they're keeping it with the three. So I'm excited to see how this turns out, and congratulations Latrice on this new gig. I am super excited to see you helping out, delivering the drag, and it's going to be so much fun. Alright, so we had the premiere of Drag Race Germany, and I was really happy with this episode. I thought it was a really good premiere. Barbie Breakout was an excellent host, and then her partner being one of the judges is really sweet. It gave me, like, you know, a Drag Race España vibes with the hobbies. It was really cute. I like to see their relationship. And then Diane, who was the other member of the judging panel, I just really liked her energy. I think she's really fun. So I can see the dynamic of this group, and I think it's going to be a really fun panel to see. So I'm really looking forward to their critiques and how they interact. And so far, I'm very happy with how they've, you know, presented themselves and interacted with the queens. It's really set off to a nice start. The first queen to enter was Yvonne Nightstand, and she had this pleather bodysuit with this floral dress and this purple wig, and it wasn't really my favorite look. It wasn't bad, I was not really a fan. I just kind of didn't all really go together for me. I thought it could have been a little bit different, so I was not really a huge fan of this first look. The next queen was Victoria Shakespeare's. Had this black and white look with feathers, and again, I was not such a fan of this. It was kind of very empty on the bottom. I would have liked to have seen more attention to like the bottom half of the look. There was a lot going on up here, which kind of, the balance was a little bit off for me, so I was not totally feeling this look. Our third queen to enter was Lele Cocoon, and I died. I immediately got it. She comes in, dressed as a Karen. I see you. I'm like, I get you. You are fun. You're kind of campy. I'm like, you're going to probably give us characters. I see your sense of humor. And while, you know, it's not the most glamorous or elevated, you know, of anything, but I love it. I love a look like this. It's like, coming up with a character look is always fun. So I really did enjoy this look of her coming in as a Karen. It was a hoot. It tickled me. So I was like, it was a good one. Next up was the only Naomi. I really like this look. She's tall, statuesque. The bodysuit was beautiful with a little bit of harness and the coat. I wish she would have left the coat on for a little bit longer just to get the full effect of it, because it had that beautiful, like, orange lining inside. So it was a little sad to see that taken off so quickly, but overall, this was such a great look, and what a great first showing. Next up was Barbecue. Barbecue was fun. I love all the rhinestones and it's colorful and bright and the gauntlets and the hair. I get it. It was done so well. Very beautiful. I think this was a really great look to start. You get a very sense of how bright and fun and colorful she is. And even in her confessionals, I'm like, I see her being a really good confessional queen for us this season. I really liked her vibe, and I think she did a really good first showing. Next up was Nikita Vegas. She came in this like t-shirt dress with her name all down the front, a little see-through on the sides. I really liked it. I thought it was really fun. It was bright and colorful, a little bit of see-through, had a little bit of sexy. And again, you kind of get to know it has her name on it. I do love a little bit of branding when you see for a first time, like, oh, Nikita, you know who she is. But I just thought it was a really fun look. I thought it was really well done. So I really thought this was a good one. Next up was Tessa Testicle. I really liked this gown. The tiger print was beautiful. And then when she turns around and gave you that little bit of showing, you get all that ass. Who doesn't love a little bit of ass? I thought this was really fun. It had a good sense of humor. And again, it's not the first assless gown we've ever seen on Drag Race. However, I thought it was really well done. I wasn't expecting it when she walked in. And overall, I think this was a huge success for her look. And you will remember that, going forward. Be like, oh, yeah, okay, I see you. Next up was Metamore Kid. I loved this look with the checkered print and the neon, and I just thought overall, what a gorgeous look. This was very beautiful. There was nothing I would have changed on this. I think it was just really, really well done. I thought it was gorgeous. The colors were fun. I really like her point of view. Next up was Lauralee Rivers. I didn't love this look. I understood. I liked the pieces, but I didn't think they went together very well. The jumpsuit, but then it was like the bodice part over the top of it didn't seem to sit right where things were peeping out. But I did like it. I think the name was clever, especially I remember from like back in like junior high, taking like a German class and learning about DeLorelei, the siren like creature. Like I even made a video about it like way back in the day. So much fun. But so I'm like, I get the whole reference of like the mythology, the goddess, like this entity, but I just thought it could have been a little bit more elevated. I just didn't know how they would go together very well. I just think it needed a little zhuzhing. Great idea. The concept was nice. Execution was not there for me. Then we get to Pandora Knox. Oh my god, this was incredible. I love seeing representation too. Having another AFAB queen come into one of the workrooms. You love to see it. I love that we're expanding a little bit in the different Drag Race, worlds, and now it's getting a little bit more reflective of the actual worlds of drag that you see when you go out to the bars. But what a way to make an entrance. That makeup was sickening. The look was everything. What a great showing from Miss Pandora. I was gagged. This was by far my favorite of the entrance looks from them. And then lastly, to enter the workroom, we had Kelly Hilton. I didn't love this look. I thought the print was weird. Like, I love the fringe, and I get that there's like an animal, but I don't know. I thought the placement was weird. I just thought it was a little confusing. I didn't like the actual way it was kind of put together. I like the idea of what it was going for, but I don't know if I wasn't really feeling it. So this one was kind of a no for me. So they start off doing your very classic first episode Drag Race photo challenge. I loved that they did like the Bavarian castle with the spinning of like season 4. I thought it was really fun. I thought everyone did a good job kind of doing their Bavarian princesses. And then, of course, who wins this first mini challenge with the looks and flows was Pandora Knox. This photo was beautiful. I just thought the entire time her movements were just so gorgeous and this effortless, like very dancerly. What more could you want? I thought she did a really great job, and I totally see why she won this first mini challenge, and couldn't agree more. Then we go straight for the runway for our main challenge, and the challenge was your signature drag look. Just what is your style? And first up was Metamore Kid doing this Venus flytrap look. I thought it was really fun. I loved the vine boa. I just thought it was really cool and put together. I think this is a queen who's going to kind of be a little bit outside the box and have really fun concepts. So I'm really looking forward to more from them. Next up, we had Lauralee Rivers, and again, it wasn't quite there. I see what she's going for. Had this very goddess aesthetic, and I get that with the name reference, but I didn't fully feel it. I did like the props of using the comedy tragedy masks, and it felt it needed a little bit more. I wasn't really feeling this look. Then we come back to Pandora Knox, and oh my god, coming out like this anime biker warrior. Everything. You have like Anime Barker Warrior here. Her entrance was like very Keyblade, Kingdom Hearts. I love everything she's bringing. I very much vibe with this. Yes ma'am. Girl. Everything. Makeup was sickening and on point. I love how she does her eyes. Just very anime, very cartoon. Out of this world. It's perfection. You can't change anything on this look. Absolutely perfect. Next up was Yvonne Nightstand. I really liked this look. I thought it was really cute and campy. I thought the mixing of the pastels and the blacks and whites worked really well. I thought it was just a very neat concept, and the execution was really good. I really liked this look. Next up was Tessa Testicle. I hated this dress. The colors were too like same tony, and with the shaping, I think it could have worked better if it would have been a little bit more of like a pop underneath of a different contrasting color. I think the tones were too close for like the purples and brown or blue. It didn't work. It lost all shape, and you couldn't really even see what was going on with the cool shapes of the dress. I think if it had been like more of a pop of color as a lining underneath, it would have been a little bit more effective. But I was not feeling this look. Alright, next up was Victoria Shakespeare's, giving you like this carnival look with the coat. And it was okay. It wasn't bad. It wasn't my favorite. It was just, it was passable. Next up was Nikita Vegas. I think this look was kind of a fail. I see what she was going for with like the Cruella de Vil, Dalmatian print, but I think the mistake of this look was to get rid of that coat. I know it was kind of a cover-up for like a reveal, but I think the coat was the most interesting part of this look. And I agree with how the judges said it was a lot going up on top, nothing on the bottom. And I think leaving the coat on with that little bit, having it trail behind, would have really made the look a little bit stronger. And I wish you would have left the coat on. I think that would have really fixed a lot of the problems with the look. But yeah, I just wasn't really feeling this look. Alright, then comes out Lele Cocoon, and oh my god, this look was incredible. I love like the leather and denim and like the horns. The eye to detail for this look, she's incredible. She said she made this look. We can expect a lot from her. I thought this was another really, really great look on this runway. I was just blown away. I'm like, oh, it makes my mind crazy. Like, I'm like, oh, I want to make things like that. It's so much fun. But yeah, this was a huge success. I really, really loved this look. Next up was Kelly Hilton, and I really did like this look. I thought it was very beautiful. It's like kind of velvety with the pearls. And I do love a good look of like having like the pearls on a gown, not just a regular rhinestone. I think it just adds a different kind of opulence and a different quality, and I just thought she looked beautiful. So this one worked for me. I thought it was much better than her entrance look, and it was a huge success for me. Next up was The Only Naomi, and it's a beautiful look. It's just, very classic white. Like she said, it wasn't as big as some of the other ones on the stage, but it was still very beautiful. It had beautiful details in it when you looked closely. It was a little simple compared to the others, yeah. But I still think the look was a success, and it was still really gorgeous. And then the last up is Barbecue, coming out in this like vinyl fire demon devil look. It was beautiful. Tina Burner is shaking. Oh my god, this was such a good look. I'm really in love with her personality. I think Barbecue is going to be someone really fun to watch. If she has concepts like this, I'm like, I can't wait to see what else she brings. Her confessionals and her looks are definitely like top tier for me. So I think she's definitely one I will be eager to watch as the season continues. So we find out our very first winner for Drag Race Germany is Pandora Knox. I couldn't agree more. She slayed this whole episode. She gave me everything I needed and more. What a star. I'm just completely in awe. I'm already a stan. I can't wait to see what else she brings us. Just incredible and well-deserved, girl. Congratulations. And then sadly for our lip sync, we had Tessa and Victoria. They both really gave it all, and luckily we had a double Shantae. I was really happy to see that. And, I really do enjoy a first episode where no one goes home. I loved, giving everyone a little bit more time to get to know you. But I was really happy. I thought they both really performed. They really gave it all. So I couldn't be happier that they both made it. So all in all, a wonderful first episode for Germany. I am really excited by this cast of queens. Greatly diverse, and I think they have a lot to show. So I will definitely continue to tune in. So moving on to episode 2 of Drag Race from Brazil, we get the other half of the girls, and the first queen to enter was Shannon Scarlett. Her look was gorgeous. I loved the look, the graffiti coat. I love a coat moment. Anything a little over there, I love it. I love a coat. Hers was so beautiful. The graffiti, the colors, was bright. She was fierce. I was like, okay, girl, I see what you bringing. So I thought this was a lot of fun. Next up was Ruby Ocean. I love the checkerboard and yellow, and I love the chain wig. Fashion, beautiful, yes. So good. I thought this was a really fun look. I can't wait to see more. Next up was Tristan Soledad, and I didn't love this. I felt like the dress was busted, it wasn't standing up the way it was supposed to. It didn't fit quite right. It looked a little bit messy, so I was not hugely a fan of this look. Love that we have a bearded queen on this season. I love to see that kind of representation, but overall, I did not really love this look. I just felt like it looked kind of messy and not completed, or it needed some fine-tuning. It looked kind of broken. Next up was Helena Maldita. She came in this beautiful neon and blue, and I love the skirt that had her name on it. Branding was there. I love the complementary colors. I love that. I love a neon pop. I love bright colors, so this really spoke to me. I thought this look was incredible. This was such a good look. And she served. Next up we have Dallas DeVille coming in this beautiful space look. Again, this was a huge slay for me. I thought it was very beautiful. As much as we've seen kind of spacey things, I thought it was still just really well done. The details on the face were beautiful. Yeah, this was a yes for me. And finally, Organza. I thought this was such a good look. All the colors, the pops of neon, the hair was everything. I was just in awe of this. She killed it. This was a total slay. Everything. She's one to watch. Much like the first group, they did their own music video with lyrics. The first group was the Good Girls. This was the Hot Girls. I think they all did very well. I think the song was much more fun than the other song. Had that great reggaeton beat. But it was really well done. And again, you had Drag Queen giving them lots of good feedback, helping them with the song. But overall, I thought this music video was really well done. They all looked good. And I think the song was definitely better than the first one. I also really did like the vibe of the Hot Girls group. They were reading each other and playing with each other all in the workroom. They had such a great chemistry, so I really thought that was fun. The runway theme was My Roots, so again, kind of showing where you're from, and very similar to the last week's group. You want to have that kind of similar theme going on. And first up we have Helena Maldita comes out in this look that was she said it was a protection figurehead. I thought it was really cool, and then she had the boat headpiece, and then the steam from the steamboat was coming out the chimney of the boat. I was like, yes, this was a really good look. So I thought this was very well done. Next up was Organza. She came out in this denim coat, which opened the reveal, and then had this Brazilian scene, and then the baseball cap that was also a crown in denim. This look was so good. I see her, her thought process, and she has a very unique vision, and I really see it. She has a point of view, and I've really enjoyed everything she's brought so far. Next up we have Tristan Soledad again. I did not care for this look either. I liked the idea. The concept was there. The bodysuit looked kind of muddy. The colors kind of just blended. There was not enough pop. And then I liked the idea of the rope being a map of the Amazon River. But overall, it didn't look kind of finished. So I'm really hoping in the coming episode she kind of brings it up a little bit. Because the concepts are there, it's just the execution is a little bit lacking. Then we have Shannon Scarlett coming out in this beautiful kind of religious, gives you a little Virgin Mary with the heart. I thought this was a really beautiful look. It was well done, exquisite details. What's not to like? I mean, she slayed. And then last it was Ruby Ocean. This animal look of all like the animals from where she is, oh my god, it was so beautiful. And the sleeves and the birds, and I was in awe. This was an incredible look. So she's definitely going to be one of our fashion girls, I can tell. She has such a great eye and such a unique vision. Everything. So then it comes down to who did the better video, the good girls or the hot girls, and the hot girls won. It was such a good video. I thought deservingly so was a better video. And then the winner was Organza. I think it was well deserved. Everything she presented was like flawless. What would you have changed? Nothing. She was absolutely incredible. And I really look forward to seeing what else she brings. She's starting off really high. Hopefully she can keep up and stay at that level, or if not even higher. I'm really excited to see what she brings us. So then our lip sync group comes from the last episode, would be the good girls, Bettina Polaroid and Diva Moore. And unfortunately, we had to say goodbye to Diva Moore and watch her sashay. My fun cow look that I really loved last week. I'm really sad to see her go. It's always heartbreaking that she had to be, Brazil's pork chop. But she made a mark, and I'm like, she had some great looks. That cow look was everything. It's still like my favorite look from last week's runway. So I think she still did a really good showing, even if she was the first to go. And again, being the pork chop of your franchise, you will be remembered forever. So thank you, Diva Moore, for bringing your artistry and sharing it with the world. We look forward to seeing more and more from you. Next up, we go to Down Under. This was the makeover challenge, and they had to do makeovers on people and their dogs and have drag family resemblance. How much fun. This was a good episode. I always enjoy the makeover challenge. But having puppies in the workroom, what more do you want? And I like, we had like the bitch ball where we did dog-inspired looks and had the dogs with. But this was the first time we actually had to put dogs in drag. And, yeah, I'm here for it. Like, as a person who has chihuahuas and has a dresser full of their own clothes, I'm here for it. Let's dress up dogs. Drag them up. Another fun part of this episode was, I love that RuPaul called out Hollywood Star. She was like, last week on the runway you said you're 28, but your paperwork says you're 34. Hilarious. That whole interaction was everything. Who did that? A mysterious man. Oh my god, so funny. I lived. That was such a fun moment. But everyone here was fun. There were so many nice people. All the dogs were so cute. And I love that before everyone hits the runway, we got to see pictures of all the Michelle's dogs and Reese's dogs, and the guest judge had a video of his little puppy. Oh my god. So much fun. Like, more dogs on Drag Race, please. Please. I mean, bitches be crazy, and we love them. Bring on the bitches. Our first group we had was Hollywood Star, Ava Star, and Ruby Star. This was a fun look. I liked the old Hollywood glamour. I agree, though, there was not a lot of family resemblance. The makeup on the face was completely different. I think this could have worked really well, because I also like what they did with the dog. The dog's look was cute, but the makeup was so disjointed. They didn't look at all similar. And I think that's where this look really kind of didn't land and hit the mark. Next up is Isis Avis Loren, her drag daughter, Venus Tina Loren, and their drag dogter, Neptune. This look was everything. I love a good goddess look. The material they picked, the sequins was gorgeous on those dresses. The headpieces were gorgeous. And the dog looked so nice in the matching sequin coat. It was very cohesive. They looked incredible. The makeup was impeccable. They looked strong and powerful. You could see them feeling that, and they were embodying that presence and that strength. This was a huge, huge win. I thought this was so good. Nothing I would have changed. Next up, we had Flor, Rosa, and Burrito Bouquet. I thought this was a really, really cool look. It had a very spiritual vibe to it. It was very stunning and regal. I also thought this was probably the best of the dog looks. It was kind of like a two-piece that had a lot going on. There was a tutu, but it had a little top. I just thought It was so good. And then also the interaction of Floor, the dog. Like, they were really a family. You could see it. The makeup was stunning. It was so well put together. And they just put on a really great show. And then last but not least was Gabriella Labucci with her drag daughter Isabella Labucci and their drag daughter Leaning Tower of Pisa. I thought this concept was really fun. Doing like a Willow Flintstone Betty Rubble. I get it. Like, that's really cute and fun. But it was, again, it was simple. It wasn't compared to the others at that same level. Also, I don't understand. The entire time I was watching this, no one mentioned this dog had nothing but a tiny bandana. There was no look for the dog. And I thought that was part of the challenge. So I was really surprised that no one said anything. Like, a little bandana, that's, you, why did no one read that? Like, the dog could have had a whole look. Or what I think would have been really cool was to make it like a Dino costume, have like purple, to make it like the dinosaur, to really bring all together like that family time period resemblance. I think that was a missed opportunity. So I was kind of very lackluster for me on that, unfortunately. The looks were cute. They looked good, just a little simple, and then the lack of attention on the dog really bothered me. I thought that was part of the challenge, and I don't understand why the judges said nothing. I was sitting there like at the TV like, hello, anyone, do we not see this? But I don't know. I thought that was the criteria, but no one said a thing. I was flabbergasted. So the winner of the challenge ends up being Isis and Floor. They both take the win, and I think it was both very well deserved. They both really turned out these makeovers. Everything was gorgeous. Which unfortunately meant that our lip-syncing pair was Miss Gabriella Labucci and Hollywood Star. They both, gave an effort, gave that thing, and unfortunately we had to say goodbye to Miss Hollywood Star. I wasn't expecting that. I really thought she was going to be in the top, have her in the top 3 for next week's finale, but unfortunately we had to say goodbye, but it's not the last we'll see of her. I see her popping up on an All-Stars or a Versus the World. She was so good. I think once you get, let that little bit of vulnerability in a little bit, she'll be unstoppable. But yeah, next week we do have the finale to look forward to. We'll be crowning a winner of Drag Race Down Under Season 3, and they will be doing their own verses of RuPaul's song. So I can't wait to cover that and see what they do. And Down Under's been a ride this season on BMX bikes for some reason, but it's been something. But there are some good queens. Who are you looking forward to? Who do you want to win Drag Race Down Under Season 3? I think I'm Team Floor. I think her story has really, really grown. I know Isis has the best track record going in, but I don't know. There's something about Floor I just feel for her, and I feel like the whole series, her story has been building and building her. So I'm Team Floor. Who are you team? Who do you want to win? Let me know in the comments below. But that is all we have today for our This Week in Drag recap. Hopefully we'll see you again next week, and we'll cover the winner and everything going on in the drag world. And until next time, stay hexy. Bye.